through a lot so far. We've gone through shirts and well, tops. What all have we gone through? Let me go through this again. I need to grab this. What did we go through so far? And I don't know why, but I started to pick up a British accent there for a second. Okay, so we've gone through tops, dresses, outerwear, bottoms, underwear, socks, leggings, swimwear, bathrobes, hats and belts, bags and purses, accessories, jewelry, and now we are at shoes. Okay, so I don't have a lot of shoes. I'm not a big shoe hoarder, but there's definitely some I need to get rid of that I'm not going to use for, you know, whatever reasons. Okay, these I love. I got married in these, and I've worn them a couple of times, and they are really comfortable, even though they don't look like they would be, but they actually are. So these are cute, and I love them. They spark joy. Even if they were just in my closet and looked pretty, they are pretty, and I actually will probably do that. Put them in a nice, pretty place. These do not spark joy. Thank you for matching the outfit I need to match. These are a lot in the and sometimes they're very comfortable, and I only got them because I need them for I have a shoe, and I need to wear shoes around the house, and I need other shoes, so I got them, but I'm comfortable, and I know this. So these I no longer need. These are an outfit that definitely sparks joy at the time, but I don't wear them anymore, so I can comfortably wear these shoes now. Thank you for showing your purpose and matching my outfit. These are so sad, though. They are just pretty and shiny, and I like them, but they are not comfortable whatsoever. They're horrible. And they're not heels, and I so want to use high heels more. And you find them that look like this, they're flats. Oh my god, I didn't pay attention to the toe. It's a lot more comfortable. I don't like my toes. My toes will not fit in a shoe. I thought I grabbed one that was a flatter shoe front, and so that was my mistake. So I'm sorry about using the same but hopefully you'll find comfort in them. So let me know. I'll wear them twice. These are, I don't think they have your habit shoe. I got rid of it already. That's a point on it. But honestly, this is an outfit style anyway. I thought it was rain, so just straight everywhere. But it's not legal. Thank you for starting me in rain style, unfortunately. You will be in style for something else soon. If it's not your habit, these are not comfortable anymore, and I'm going to go with this. That's an easy one. Not comfortable. These are pretty. I love these. Thank you. Okay, so these are my background things time, and I was going to look at that right. I love that forever. But I got started a long time ago, and so I have these pairs here. And that's actually it's so comfortable. So I still love these. Thank you. I'm going to use this too. These are actually really comfortable. I must say, I love them. They seem to be like these actually go with. I don't know though. Oh, that's why I'm holding that. But you know what? These work better than dress now. So you got a new home to match, and so you continue to with me. All right. These similar to the black red. I'm going to let go of the outfit anyway. My cheap feet are down. I was like, pretty much slide this over. So these are these. So thank you for serving me as I shoes. Right, and my boots. I got a black pair, I love, and a brown pair, I love. So both these work really tremendously. I'll do one more time. Okay, so here we go. I'm done. Ow. Okay, so we are done with the clothes category. Well, I'm not totally done because I still have to try these things on and decide what I'm going to do with them. But for now, I'm done. I just have to try these on real quick, and so I will do that, and I will show you what I end up with. Okay, so I am now done decluttering the first category, which is clothing. This is my keep pile here. So these are all the clothing, underwears, all that kind of stuff, all in one pile. These are the purses besides the purse I have hanging up near the door because I already knew I was keeping that. Change purse. Dickies. These are the shoes and boots I'm keeping. So definitely slim down on that. Besides the pair I have on, which there's just my regular sneakers. If there was anything else that I left out, which I know there were a couple of pairs of sneakers there, I guess they're going to go because I just don't wear them. Including my old pair of these that I wear. These are the Skechers Relaxed Fit Memory Foam. I love these so much that I bought them twice in 2 different colors. So my old pair is actually worn down, and that's why I bought this other pair. So that one's definitely going to go. So there's that. So I have a couple of things to add to this pile, basically, is what that just reminded me of. I did have tennis shoes somewhere, though. I don't know where they're at. Shows how often I wear tennis shoes. I mainly just wear these. So this is my discard pile here. So this whole hamper here is filled to the brim and overflowing. And then this is, again, more of my discard pile here of more things to get rid of. Okay, purses and all of that jazz there. Okay, and then I had a couple of things that I added to the sentimental pile that I'll go through whenever I get to that point, which will be at the very, very, very end of everything. And then these are this is my jewelry cabinet now. So rings, earrings, bracelets, and necklaces now. So now I can even slim that down more, which is good because I'm actually going to set up an organization thing for my jewelry. I had it planned out long before I even talked about doing KonMari, the KonMari method, so now I can actually slim that down some from what my original plan was, which will probably work out better. So really cool, really cool. Alright, so this was decluttering clothing, and also my clothing that's in my laundry I'm going to keep, except for socks and underwear, because I didn't think about that when I did that. So if there's any socks and underwear I need to discard, I'll discard those. But for the most part, I stuck with whatever sparks me joy is what I wore. So there's a couple of things that's going to be added to that keep pile because of the stuff that's just in the laundry. So, but I did keep that in mind when I was doing this decluttering process. So there you have it. So this was the decluttering of the clothing. I know she mentions to fold these things and put them away in a temporary home for now. I'm going to probably just put this all in one place for tonight, because honestly I'm just too tired to fold tonight too. So I will do my folding tomorrow, and that's what I'll focus on for tomorrow. And then find temporary homes for everything that I'm keeping, and I will show you all that tomorrow. So, but this was the going through all of this phase. I started at 3 and it is 6 o'clock now, so it took me 3 hours, so that wasn't too bad. I'm considering it involved touching each individual item, and I was very adamant about doing that. So even whenever it came to my Pandora beads, for crying out loud. So that's that. But this is what I ended up with, and I love everything I kept. So there you go. So far I'm amazingly optimistic. I feel a little bit lighter. I did let go of a couple of emotional items in my closet. That was nice to let go of. So it's just going to get better from here, right? We're going to continue to get better from here, and it'll be all good. So this is the first step in the KonMari method. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something from it, and I will talk to you all tomorrow, and I'll show you about folding everything and all that good stuff, and where I'll put everything in the meantime. But we will continue going. The next thing will be books. I don't have a lot of those, so that one will probably go by fast. So if I have time after I fold tomorrow, I might just go ahead and go through my books tomorrow. So I will keep and take you all along with me on that journey if I decide to do that. If you're wanting to continue to go on, you can do that and go through your books tomorrow. If you had time to fold today, congratulations, you were ahead of the game of me, because I did not get around to my folding. But anyway, we will talk again tomorrow. I hope you all had a good day decluttering. Let me know how it went for you. Let me know how many trash bags of things to discard did you end up with. I haven't bagged mine up yet, so I don't know what I'm going to end up with. But I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think I pretty much got rid of half of my stuff, is what I think happened. I kept half and discarded half. Because, I mean, look at it. There's my pile, and here's my pile of well, I guess I got rid of more than I kept, but still kept a lot. I don't feel like I'm without. So I guess that's what she means by the click point. I feel like I have just enough. So, although I do feel like I need to buy a couple of things. Just a couple. Just a couple. Mainly undergarments. But she said that's normal. So it's just something we hold on to forever and never get rid of. I don't know why. So I will be needing to get some of that. But other than that, I think I should be good. Alright, I will talk to you all later. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Mandy. I'm waiting on my kids to get here. The boys, I'm supposed to pick them up tonight. I finished my decluttering of my clothing, and I just wanted to talk about some things that I was thinking of as I was driving, because that's one of the things is here lately I picked them up on my own, because Terry's normally making dinner or something like that. Instead of us eating out, we're basically trying to save some money, so we're eating in more. So I go and pick them up, and it gives me some time to think about things and stuff like that. And one of the things that it had me think about was what I thought about the decluttering process. So I didn't instantly go back into, okay, what's the next step? Instead, I processed what I did, and I think this was important to do. So if you're going through this journey too, I encourage you to, after you're done with that first initial step, even before you fold your clothes, and maybe that's something that you could probably do while you're folding the clothes, I guess, is thinking about this stuff. But I just thought about, what did I gain out of this? One of the things is I know I had a couple of items that were had emotional attachments to, not good emotional attachments, they were bad ones. And I had thought about it before. I'd looked at the clothing items that I had in my closet, and I thought about getting rid of those things, but for some reason I didn't feel like I could. I know that sounds weird, but that's one of the things that doing this method does, is it gives you the power to make that decision for yourself. Because you're deciding on each piece whether you're going to keep it or discard it. So you think about how it makes you feel, you think about the item itself, you know, and anything else that goes into play when it comes to that. For some of the stuff I got rid of because it was messed up, the garment itself was messed up, and I don't like things that are messed up. I don't like to wear something thinking it's my favorite shirt and it's got a hole in it. To me, as soon as that happens, that takes away the joy of the garment, which is something that I'm going to try to focus on more now, is the moment that something that I love loses its joy for whatever reason, which most of the time it's either it got a stain on it, or it has a hole in it. I'm not saying right grammar with that sentence, but anyway, either of those cases, it instantly loses joy somehow. So in those cases, I'm going to discard those at that point instead of continuing to hold on to them. Something else that showed me, you know, that it's okay to discard things too if it doesn't spark joy, and it doesn't mean that that's going to be forever your story. You can rebuy, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I said that really weird. Anyway, and then something else that was kind of weird that I thought of too is I thought of the dress I was talking about during my video. I mentioned that there was a dress that I really liked the pattern, so I wanted to keep the dress but not use it for a dress. Whenever I went through it, I realized I had already gotten rid of that dress. But throughout this whole entire process, that was the one thing I was saying in my mind was going to be the hardest thing to let go of. And it was already gone. I'd already done it. So that was really weird to me that I'd already let go of it and forgot I let go of it and just assumed it was in my closet and then realized it wasn't. So it's just weird, and it just goes to show that you never know what you have, you know, really what all you have. And then something else that I feel like I'm still not done discarding with my clothes. I know that sounds weird because I did go through that whole process. But I think that some of the things that I was iffy about, and I said, well, if you're iffy, you just go ahead and keep it. I think whenever I'm going through and folding, I'm gonna get rid of some of those things I was iffy about. So I think I'm gonna still discard a little bit more, but it'll just be minor. But on the other hand, it did let me re-embrace some items. So as you all saw in my video, I found this scarf and I said that I love this. This is one of the ones that, you know, my friend made me, and even though I don't really talk with her anymore, I still loved this scarf and the fact that she put a lot of time into it and made it very pretty. And so I'm wearing it tonight and I love it. I'm so excited that I'm getting to enjoy this again. So sometimes things that you set aside for one day I'll wear that, or one day I'll do this, now you can embrace those as new things that you've accepted back into your life. For whatever reason you discarded them before and now they're back, and it's like it's brand new items again, which is cool. Whereas before, like some of the other people that tell you when you're going through stuff, they tell you to just, oh, if you haven't worn it in 6 months, get rid of it. Well, I haven't worn this in 6 months, but I found it today, and because of the fact it matches my white jacket, I love it again. This wouldn't have happened if I didn't have this jacket, because it just didn't look right with my blue jacket before. So the right circumstances meshed perfectly today, and so now this is an item I love again. But if I went by the whole I haven't worn it in 6 months rule, I hadn't worn this in like a couple of years. So if that's the case, then I would have thrown it away. So that again just goes to show that sometimes those other methods don't mesh well. Am I tired? Yes, I'm pretty tired. I didn't sleep well last night too because I was anticipating today. And we had to do some errands that took a lot longer than we thought, so I didn't even get started till about 3 o'clock today. it took 3 hours if I calculated when I started right. I'm not sure if I started at 2:30 or 3, but anyway, it was 3 to 3.5 hours for the whole process. But I don't think I could have made leeway as much as I did if I was following the Fly Lady and doing her method either. So I don't think, I mean, the progress I made today was huge compared to anything that I've done with the Fly Lady method, period. So I think that that was a much better plan to go off of the KonMari method instead. Again, it's not something that introductory fly babies should do. No, I do not agree with that at all. I think that they should start with the 15 minutes a day and see how that goes for them. And once they feel like they've gotten better control of their house, at least for a little bit, and started following some of the cleaning routines and things like that, once you get to that point, and if you want to move on from there, then by all means go ahead and do the KonMari method at that point. But it's definitely not for the beginner, because you will just stop and be exhausted. So I'm tired and I feel like I didn't drink enough liquids. That's one tip I would give you. If you go through a cleaning spree, make sure you drink plenty of fluids and things like that. So but anyway, those are some of the things that I thought of as I was driving over here, just with my thoughts. But I definitely did love this method. I'm looking forward to some of the things, because it just kind of makes things new again, is what it did. So I'm excited about that. I feel like now the things that I picked are intentionally picked for me now, and were things that I really wanted to hold on to, whereas the other things weren't so important. And also, there was a couple of things I forgot. Like, I forgot my tennis shoes. I still don't even know where my tennis shoes are, so I don't wear them that often, but I do still need them. So I'm not going to discard all my tennis shoes. I am going to discard, I think, 2 pair that I still have, and just keep the one that's my newest pair. So I'm not going to follow that whole rule of if I forget, because I forgot that. And then also some jewelry pieces I actually forgot that were on my dresser, but they're piled way underneath a bunch of stuff. I'm going to grab those, though, and sort through them real quick tonight, too. So, but those are things that I love, because obviously I just wore them. So, and we're going to go from there. I will talk to you all later.